everybody, I'm Tony and welcome to my channel. This is a video that's going to be included on my keto series. I do videos every now and then about food, questions, updates, anything that has to do with my keto journey. I've been doing this since January of 2017 and I've lost 70 pounds. But now I'm at the point where I'm really happy with my body. Any extra weight I lose here is just great. It's gravy, it's the icing on the cake. And I know that's weird that I use gravy and cake to refer to things happening on a keto diet, but y'all know what I mean. So anyway, the main benefit that we want to get out of doing keto is losing the weight. That's what your goal is. That's what you start doing. But there comes a point where you start getting all these side benefits that start coming out of doing keto. And eventually, believe it or not, those side benefits are going to outweigh the weight loss. And with me, I've hit that point. I stay on keto because the side benefits are amazing and I don't want to lose them. So these are the 5 side benefits that became main benefits of me doing keto. So first of all, let me put a disclosure out there. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not anything medical. This is my personal experiences doing keto. I recommend you go to a doctor, let your doctor know you're doing keto. You do. Some doctors don't like it. I'm very lucky that the 2 doctors I've had, one of them was on it. The other one suggested it to me, but the other one is on it, including her husband. So wonderful doctors. Really, really love them. And my husband's doctor actually does keto. So it's great. You can find doctors out there who do keto, who believe in keto. And so find yourself the right doctor. So anyway, that's my disclosure. Let's go on. The number one thing that I discovered right away was the brain fog. This came in about week 3. I used to be I would make all these weird, crazy mistakes. My thought process was like this. It took a while sometimes for me to have things click. And I actually got to a point in my life where I told my husband, I think I'm getting Alzheimer's or something like that. Because I have a horrible memory, always have, but it got worse. I would try to learn things and it would just take longer for it to sink through. And once I got it, but it would take longer. And then when I'm trying to figure things out, it would take longer to get to where I wanted to be. And it was just really bad and I hated that. But then I realized, oh wow, this mental clarity, it was amazing. Things came to me quicker. It was a lot how I used to be. And I love that. There's a lot of studies that talk about the mental clarity that comes along with keto. And I actually went to a brain conference with my mother, and there was this neurologist there, and she was talking, and she was really talking about how the sugar and the carbs affect the brain, and how mental clarity was one of the side benefits that comes out of it. So I love that. Second thing is my cholesterol. My cholesterol got lowered big time. I didn't have really high cholesterol. I was like in the 220s. It's out of the 200s. My doctor was like, great, keep it up. I don't have high blood pressure problems. I wasn't diabetic. I was pre-diabetic. My A1C was getting up there. But doing keto within about 4 or 5 months before I got my blood tested again. And that's when I realized my A1C was down. My cholesterol was down. Everything was looking really good. So definite side benefit of that. Also, I have a heart murmur. And every now and again, I would get little weird twinges and things like that. I used to call them like little mini heart attacks. And I realized that as long as I eat well and I stay on keto, I don't get those pains anymore. Every now and then when I have bad days and I eat carbs like I have these past 3 days, I'm going to admit that right there, the pain started coming back. So another reason for me to get back on this wagon, which I started again today. Number 3 is my energy level. My energy level is like, whoo, that is a great thing. My doctor at one point believed I was borderline narcoleptic. Put me on some medication, didn't like that medication. That's when he told me, drink coffee, you need the caffeine. And so I did, but I was constantly yawning. I was constantly falling asleep. I just wanted to sleep. And so I realized about a month into doing keto, I had all this energy. It was like, bam, I could do all this stuff. And I don't take naps like I used to. Like yesterday, I tried taking naps all throughout the day because I was not feeling well. and I just couldn't fall asleep. Same thing today. I would start falling asleep, but like my body wouldn't let me fall asleep. But I do get some of the best sleep at night now. It is amazing. I've never had a problem falling asleep. I call them man ninja sleep skills. I can fall asleep like that at night, but now I can stay asleep. I don't wake up like I used to, so that's another great benefit. And I was going to put these separate, but you know what? These two things should go together. So they're going to go in number 4, and that is my stomach issues and my inflammation issues. I had arthritis in the rib cage, and it was bad. I felt like I was being slowly crushed by like a snake or something, a vice. I mean, it was just bad. It hurt to breathe. I had bad hip pain, knee pain, anywhere where my joints, they just pain all the time. It was horrible. It hurt to walk, it hurt to sit, and I had really bad stomach issues. IBS, that's what the doctors told me. They couldn't figure out, but IBS, I think it was kind of involved with my endometriosis. I'm really not sure. Nobody could really figure out exactly what it was. The doctors saw when I would have these attacks that I would have where I would just bloat up really bad, but he couldn't figure it out. So they lumped it under IBS. But I realized doing keto, that went away. Within 2 weeks, the inflammation in my stomach went down. I wasn't having the issues like I used to have. I got to the point where I really didn't like to eat away from home. I had to be close to a restroom at all points. It was bad. It destroyed my life. And doing keto, don't have that problem. I think I'm either allergic to the gluten or I'm sensitive to the gluten. I think it's one of those. I really do. But ever since I cut out flour, it's been amazing. I don't have those issues anymore. And sugar fuels inflammation. That is the one thing I learned in all this. Sugar fuels inflammation. And so the arthritis in my body, the inflammation has decreased. It's great. You know, I have a little bit of problems with my hips every now and then, but usually once I start walking and get warmed up, I'm good to go. It's not like before where it would get a little better, but I still had a lot of problems with it. Not anymore. I'm good to go. I have a friend who's done keto, and she was having some problems, severe inflammation throughout her body, and keto helped her too. Other people I've talked to, it's helped them. So definite plus. And so number 5 is going to be the future benefits that's going to come out of keto. And like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm not, but I have read a lot of studies on this stuff. If I can find some, I'll link them down below. But like I said, I went to that brain conference, and they were talking about the sugar and how it just messes with the brain. And they were talking about things like Alzheimer's and how they were starting to incorporate to lower the carbs in these people's diets to see if it helped. And they were starting to get some really great results from that. And so for me, that's really important, because to me, one of my biggest fears is Alzheimer's. To me, your intelligence, your brain is very, very big part of who you are. And if you've ever read that story, Finding Alice, oh my God, or even the movie, they made a movie, read that. It just opened my eyes to so much, and it really, really did get to me. And like I said, that's one of my biggest fears. And so when I read the research on keto and Alzheimer's and how it affects brain function, that was to me very important. And another thing, future ailment that hopefully keto will help, is cancer. In my family, especially if you're a woman, it's going to be heart attacks or cancer. That's what's going to get you. And so sugar fuels cancer. You hear this a lot in all these research with cancers, and they've done so many studies where they cut sugar out of people's diets and seen how it affects their cancer, and it is actually very promising. So for me, if I can get the sugar out now, hopefully it'll kind of hold that off. Or if I do get cancer, it'll be easier for me because I don't really eat the sugar. You know what I mean? So those are the 5 side benefits that became main benefits of me doing keto. If you're doing keto, have any of these benefits really become any of your main benefit? Are there any other main benefits that you have experienced that I didn't put in here? Comment it down below and let me know what that is, and let's get a conversation going. And as always, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.